Hello, Lopes Country. This is Dr. Larry Bergeron coming to you from an AI outer space location. The emphasis, of course, is upon Christian worldview. This is a worldview video. Again, my name is Dr. Larry Bergeron. I'll be your instructor for the next several weeks. What I'd like to do with this introductory video is to share a little bit about myself. And then I'd like to talk with you for just a little bit about how you can do well in this class. And then we'll conclude with a little bit about the content of the course. About myself, I have a Master's of Divinity degree, and I have a Master's of Historical Theology degree from Ashland Theological Seminary. And I also have a doctorate in ministry from Ashland Theological Seminary in Christian leadership with an emphasis on family systems theory. I've also been a pastor. I've pastored for over 10 years, and I've also been an educator. I've been teaching online for over 20 years, and so I've had a little bit of experience with this platform. I have a wife of 45 years, and I have two children, both of which are in the medical field. I enjoy golf. I'm not very good at it, but I thoroughly enjoy it. I also like racquetball, not as fast as I used to be, but I do enjoy racquetball. Well, let's turn now to how you can do well in the class. Well, one of the first things that will help you is the information that's provided. So when you first get into the course, make sure that you look at any announcements that are in Halo for you in the class. Be sure when you're looking at the announcement to acknowledge that viewing that you have. There's a little place where you can click on for acknowledging it. That lets me know that you've seen the announcement and looked at it. Another thing that will help you with doing well in the class is to make your posts to the discussions early and frequently. Now, the discussions are set up to where you have two discussions each week. The first discussion you have from Monday through Wednesday to make an initial post to that discussion where you would be answering the discussion questions. Your second discussion in that same week is due on Friday. So you need to make sure that you make your initial post to that discussion by or on Friday of that same week. Now, those two, for each week, you'll have two of those. Those are your initial posts, and they are valued at about 5 points each. And so that's one element of your grade. You want to make sure that you don't miss those and they're not late. Also, you will be required to have participation posts that are made. And the requirement for the participation post is that you have 2 substantive posts per day for 4 days. And substantive means there are specific requirements that have to be met for that particular post to be counted as a participation post. In your first week, the substantive definition is 150 words, and that you need to avoid any writing errors, grammar, spelling, punctuation errors in your posts. After the first week, though, the definition of substantive changes significantly. You'll still be required to have 150 words. You'll still need to avoid any grammar, spelling, or punctuation errors. But you'll also have to have now at least one in-text and full reference citation from a topic resource. That would be either from the Beginning of Wisdom or textbook, or from a topic overview or one of the other resources that are listed in our topics. And you'll also need to have a quote from the Bible. So all of these elements need to be in your post from certainly from week 2 on with the redefinition of substantive throughout the remainder of the course. Another thing that you'll want to do in order to do well in the class is to keep up with your readings. Your reading quiz is at the end of the week, but it can get away from you if you're not keeping up with your readings throughout the week. So please be sure to every Monday check out what is required in terms of reading assignments and the like for that week, so you can pace yourself and not be your own worst enemy and force yourself to be crunched at the very end of the week. Also, you want to make sure that you submit all your work, your posts, your tests, and your assignments on time. GCU has a late policy, and I adhere to it 100%. And that late policy is you will be penalized 10% for each day past the due date on that assignment. So make sure that you get your assignments in on time. Now let's talk a little bit about our study. Our primary textbook is The Beginning of Wisdom, and it has several chapters. Even though we have 7 weeks in the course, obviously there are going to be 2 chapters for a couple of weeks throughout the course as well. That explains why we have a larger number of chapters in the Book of Wisdom than we have weeks. The 7 topics that we're going to focus on in terms of our weekly topics, the first one is understanding worldview. The second one will be on creation. The third topic will be on the fall. The fourth topic will be on Jesus Christ. The fifth topic will be on Jesus, redemption, and renewal. And the sixth topic will be on worldview implications, truth, and ethics. And the 7th topic will be on living with purpose. The other textbook that we're going to focus on quite a bit is, of course, the Bible. So be sure that you are keeping up with all of those readings and that you include those elements in your post in terms of the in-text and full reference citations. Well, as you approach this class, I would encourage you to look at it like you would any other class. I have had some students in the past who have responded by saying, I don't know how to answer this question because I'm not a Christian. The questions that are being asked it'd be like any other class. If you were taking a course that you have never had before, let's say you've never had a course in quantum physics, all you have to do is be able to follow the readings for that week in quantum physics and be able to identify the terms that they bring in there. And that's how you report back, demonstrating that you understand the material. It's the same thing in this class. Some of you may not have ever had exposure to the Bible. You may not have ever read the Bible, and you may not even be a Christian. You're certainly not required to be a Christian to take this course. But you are required to know the material that is being presented and be able to demonstrate that in your posts, in your quizzes, and in your assignments throughout the course. Now, this class is going to be challenging, but it's not super difficult. So just make sure that you're frequently checking all the announcements and the messages. I do think I need to clarify again in terms of your participation posts. Remember that those are different from your initial posts. I mentioned earlier that will be for 5 points each. Participation points, you will receive a participation point grade every week. Those are derived from the required 2 posts per day for at least 4 days. That will comprise your participation points. And those need to be substantive, as it is defined in the announcements. And as I shared with you earlier, week 1 is 150 words plus and making sure you have good grammar, punctuation, and spelling. And then weeks 2 through 7, you're required to have the 150 plus words, do the good grammar, punctuation, and um, spelling, and also have one in-text reference from a topic resource, the Book of Wisdom, the Beginning of Wisdom, or the topic overviews, and then also another reference from the Bible. So be sure that you understand the difference. You have the two initial posts, those are your primary answers to the discussion questions, and then your participation posts are posts that you will make in response to your peers' initial post and my post that I will also submit to you as well. All right. In conclusion, let me just say that I can appreciate the situation that many of you are in. Most of you probably have jobs and families, and you're already very busy, and now you're taking this course online. I want you to know that I understand and appreciate that extra effort that you're making and the pressures that that can put on you. I will be praying for you every day as we go through this class, and I want you to know that. And I want you to know that I'm here for you. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to message me through Halo. If we need to, we can have a phone conversation, or if the situation demands it, we can have a Zoom meeting. But I do want you to know that I am here for you, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure that you have a good and successful experience with this class. So having said that, let me just say at this point that I'm looking forward to our time together. I'm looking forward to getting to know each of you better as we go through these weeks. So God bless. Take these to heart and keep up with everything. And let me know if I can be of any further help to you. God bless.